Okay, so here we're going to be doing a line drawing of a still life that's made up of boxes, and you guys are going to work off the photograph that I'm going to send, and it will also be in the content area of our Blackboard pages. One of the key things that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to be able to transfer angles down onto our paper. So if you see here, I've got my paper that I'm drawing on, and then squared up right in front of me is the still life that I'm drawing. So what I want to be able to do is, I want to be able to take these, and again, I know you're working from a photo, so it's a little different, but I want to be able to take these angles and apply them down onto my paper. That's very important to get this to match up, okay? Another thing that I want to do is I want to visualize all of the boxes fitting on my paper. So to do that, I just kind of imagine the boxes on here, and then I'm going to make them a certain size so that they all fit. If they go off the page, that's okay too, actually, but we're going to try to get all the boxes on there as best we can. All right, I'm going to start with, let's say like this middle box here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to transfer those angles down. So I'm going to bring my angles down, okay? And then I'm going to use what's called an organizational line. Okay, now I can see the box and my drawing all at once. First thing I want to do is I want to draw this vertical right here. Okay, that's going to be this edge right here. All right. Now I know that the bottom of the box and this top line are parallel. I just don't know how wide they are. So now I'm going to use sighting, and I'm going to measure, put my pencil at the top and my thumb down here, and I'm going to lay it on its side and see where it relates to the end of this plane right here. Okay? So if I go like this, turn it on its side, it's a little over half. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take that, go like that. A little bit over half is about right here. Okay? And that's the end of that plane right there. Okay? So I can pretty much assume that these lines are drawn correctly. Now I want to go ahead and transfer down the angle on the other plane, which is going to be just about like this. I know that this is parallel, like so. Just make sure I'm good here. Pretty good. Bring it down just a little bit. Again, what I'm going to do now is I could either measure the height of this and compare it to the width of this, or I can measure, since I already have this plane, I'm going to compare the width of this plane to this plane right here. And again, I got to do that up on the actual still life. So go like that, bring it over, it gets me about 2/3 of the way across. So there I am at 2/3, I go about another third. It ends about right here. I know that this is parallel with this, and this is parallel with this. Now I realize there's another box on top, and we'll get to that right now. Okay. Looks like I can bring this one down just a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to erase this. Now at any point we can check for accuracy. Even though I can't see the back of that one, I'm assuming, in fact, let me bring this down. I got to make a little adjustments here and there, because I want this point to be a little bit left of this point right here. Okay, so we're going to do that now. Okay, now when I draw this next box here, okay, I can base it off of information that I've already drawn. So for example, I can eyeball it and start about right here. Okay, that box comes like that. I know that it goes straight up right here, okay, like so. All right, this is parallel with those. It goes just past that right there, comes in like this. So the drawing is just right in front of me. I can just go ahead and piece a lot of this together because a lot of the information is already drawn. So what looks like an ominous and difficult drawing, if you follow these simple rules, you can start piecing it together. Erase this just so I can see what I'm doing here. Okay, good. Now right here, same thing. We come off this just like that. Right about here, we come off parallel, just like that. And again, I'm just eyeballing this. We could make a measurement, but that comes in like that. Straight down, we know that. Straight down, we know that. I'm gonna measure the height of this right here and stack it up and see where it brings me into here. Okay, it gets me to about right here. So I just reverse that measurement, bring it down, and roughly this box ends right here. Okay, this is going to be again parallel, and then this comes down like this. All right. There's always a little bit of tweaking here and there you got to do. All right, same thing. Coming off here like this. Again, a lot of this stuff is done for us. Parallel, parallel, like that. How far out? I'm just gonna guess right now, but again, I could make measurements, like I could measure from here to here and bring it into my drawing. But I feel like I've got kind of a lot drawn out, so I can sort of compare it and put it together that way. Erase that so it doesn't look invisible. Start piecing it together that way. I got this little box right there. Okay, so again, parallel here, just misses that. I got about half inside the box, half outside the box. Come in like this, half in, half out, parallel, parallel. We know about straight down, straight down, straight down, parallel out like that, parallel here, and just like that. Just kind of fill this in so you guys can see it. Now, is this drawing that I just made, is this 100% accurate? Probably not. I mean, it's gonna need some work here before I consider it to be finished. I might have to go back in and check some of my measurements and clean things up a bit. And then back here, look at, see where the wall meets right there? I can literally, the wall meets right there. So that's where that little bit of molding is. Right there. Okay, so that's the ground design. So you can see from this process that you can take pretty complex information, and especially if you start correctly, you can start to put the drawing together pretty quickly and get it to look like the objects that were being drawn. So what we're going to do is I'm going to send this photo and you're going to make a clean, accurate line drawing based off of using this process. Now, the Wednesday people, will go over this a little bit more on Wednesday for you, but for now you can just grab a little box of Kleenex or something at home and just start messing with it and using sighting and a little bit of what I talked about, and then we'll review it on Wednesday, and then you guys will work off this video to create your line drawing, okay? And I'll also follow up with emails. So again, I know that's quick, but you can pause it, go back, and we'll review it for the folks on Wednesday so that hopefully you'll be confident enough to go for it. So thanks, talk to you again.